Hello everyone. So as you all can see, we are at Naniki Thaler, and this is fresh and pure water coming straight from the Kanneli rainforest. So today we'll be doing our video. So anyways, so yeah, our video for today will be here. Hope you all enjoyed. So there are fish, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, I don't know the names. We should find the names.
welcome back, Mr. Asghar, for another video. So I think we'll be talking about context of your essay. Okay. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, now the context of the organization is you talk about the overall picture of the organization. You talk about your external internal environment. So it's about hierarchical structure. So top management should involve and have a discussion about the impact of external factors and the internal factors in line with the environmental management system, how it's going to affect your organization. That's the context of the organization part.
So let's begin with the basics. So we'll go more in depth to it. So there has internal and external issues, right? So can we go more in depth with that?
When you do a context study in the organization, you talk about external factors and internal factors. Say for example, climate change, definitely there will be impact to your organization. So depend on the industry, you need to study how it's going to affect in your organization. So that part, maybe your customer requirement. So there are customers, they are very much focusing on the environmental concern, or maybe they might ask what is your carbon footprint. So that's the external factors, right? And then internal factors. Say for example, one classic example is you have a waste segregation system, but if your team is not following the waste segregation, your entire effort is going. So your team motivation level, it will be really affecting to your organization. So before you implement the system, you need to study what are the external positives, what are the external negatives, as well as what are the internal positives, what are the internal negatives. So this is this study basically we talk about context of the organization. Even now you can see the weather is changing. Earlier it was very sunny, but now started to give a kind of a cloudy environment. So that's the environment you can't predict, right? So even this program can be effect on the weather pattern. So we should be clear about it.
So Mr. Asghar, I've also heard the standard talk about interested parties. Who are they?
So any organization, they have interested parties. Say your customers are your interested parties. So depend on their need and expectation, there can be some impact to your organization. So in terms of environment management system, organizations should study what is your interested parties need and expectation. If your facility is in the village, so the people are like your interested parties. They will be very concerned about the sound level, noise level, or garbage disposal, or maybe your water extraction. So before you ISO 14000 said, okay, you need to study about your interested parties, their need and expectation in line with the environment management system. So this will be a very interesting study. You can talk about people, your external, your stakeholders, your customers, all these things you can study.
And once you have looked at all that, what's next?
Right, that's about the scope of the environmental management system. So when you go for a scope, you need to define what are the services you do, what are the products you do, and your boundaries and your context part you need to include. So scope is very important. After you get a certificate, in your certificate there are three key requirements are there: your organization name, your scope, what you do exactly, the including products and all, and then your location, address will be there. So that's why scope is very important.
So, to sum up, the context of the organization in ISO 14001 is all about identifying the internal and external issues, right? So, we are also understanding interested parties and then defining the scope of your environmental management.
Exactly. If you don't understand your context, especially by the top management, right, then that will be a disaster. So you need to study the context, and then your environmental strategy part won't affect you if you don't understand this context part. So this is very interesting.
Thank you, Mr. Asghar, for the excellent discussion and for your time and effort. We'll see you in the next video.
So thank you for having me here, and I'm so excited about this environment. Thank you.